Elfie and Elfreda were two of the busiest elves in the workshop. They worked hard every day, making toys and helping to prepare for Christmas. But this year, things were different. Mrs. Claus was feeling frustrated with Santa's old-fashioned gift lists and naughty and nice list. She loved her husband, but she felt like he was always working and she didn't get to spend enough time with him. One day, Mrs. Claus snapped. She told Santa that she was fed up with his outdated system of handwritten lists and that she was going to stop baking sweets for the workshop if things didn't change. This was a big deal because elves rely on sugar, syrup, and candy to fuel their busy days. Elfie and Elfreda knew they had to do something. They decided to look online to see if there was an easier way for Santa to keep track of his lists. After some searching, they came across Grist spreadsheets, perfect for Santa's needs. Excited by their discovery, Elfie waited until Santa went to bed and then snuck into his office to grab the lists. He and Elfreda spent the rest of the night transferring all of the information onto Grist. It was a lot of work, but they were determined to make things better for Santa and Mrs. Claus. When they were finished, they nervously showed the new lists to Santa. To their surprise, he was impressed and immediately saw the benefits of using Grist. From then on, things ran smoothly in the workshop, and Santa was able to spend more time with Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus baked a special batch of her famous cinnamon sugar syrup rolls for the entire workshop. It was a sweet gesture that brought joy to all the elves, and it marked the beginning of a new era in the North Pole. With Grist spreadsheets, Santa was able to focus on the things that mattered most. And Mrs. Claus was happy knowing that her husband was no longer bogged down by paperwork. The Clauses even got to take their first vacation in years, to Hawaii. And that's the story of how two elves saved Christmas and made everyone's lives a little sweeter.
Ho, 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 ho.